Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing great. Today we're going to see how to create a Google Cloud virtual machine from the Google Cloud Console. So we're going to start, and first we need to select our project where we want to create our virtual machine. In this case I'm going to select this project that is called Project Test, and here we can search for the compute engine resource that is here, this one, or here in the left menu we can click here compute engine. Once we are here, we can click VM instance. Well, before we create a virtual machine, we need to enable the compute engine API, so I'm going to enable it. This can take like some seconds to enable the API, so we just going to wait. So once the API, compute engine API, it is enabled, this screen is going to appear, and from here we can create the virtual machine. I'm gonna close this right panel, and here to create the virtual machine we need to click here, create instance, and from here we're gonna put a name of the name of the of the virtual machine. So I'm gonna name it like VN-test. We're gonna choose the region where we want this virtual machine be. In this case, I'm gonna put it in US East 1, and in the zone, I'm gonna select the US East 1 base zone, and after that, we need to select the the size of our VM. In this case, I'm gonna choose like a low cost size. We have different size. Every size has like a different purpose. For example, like this C4 size, it is for high performance. This E2 size, it is for low cost day-to-day computing. This T2A size, it is for scale workloads. So we have different size that we can choose. In this case, I'm gonna select the E2 size because this is just a test. So after that, we need to select the machine type. In the machine type, also we have different kind of types like share core. We have E2 medium, E2 micro, E2 small. We have standard. We have other for high memory and also for high CPU. In this case, I'm gonna select something basic like the E2 medium with just 1 to 2 virtual CPUs and 4 gigabytes of RAM. And after that, I'm gonna click here in the right OS and storage to select the operating system and storage of this virtual machine. To change this, we can click here change, and here we can select multiple operating system images. We have like different Linux distro like CentOS, Debian, SUSE Linux, Oracle Linux, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. We have like also Windows Server with SQL Server, Ubuntu. We can have like here different images. In this case, I just gonna leave it like Debian, a Debian image. And here we have also different versions of this distro. In this case, I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna select Debian 12, and for the boot disk, for the disk type, we also can select different kind of disk types. We have like balanced persistent disk, extreme persistent disk, SSD persistent disk, standard persistent disk. In this case, I'm gonna leave it like this, balanced persistent disk, and I'm gonna leave 10 gigabytes of storage for this disk. This is just enough, at least for this VM. So I'm gonna click select. After that, I'm gonna click here data protection. In this case, we can like here create some backup plan or schedule snapshots. I'm not going to schedule snapshots or create a backup plan right now, so I'm gonna leave it no backups for now because this is just a test virtual machine. I'm gonna click next networking. In this networking part, we can like define the subnet where we want this VM be. In this case, we can click, we can deploy here this arrow on network interfaces, and as we can see, well, if you know, on Google Cloud by default, it creates a VPC that is called default, and here we have multiple subnets. There is like a subnet in every region that is Google available. So for this case, I'm gonna leave it as default. In a next case, we're gonna see how to custom this VPC and how to select it on the creation of a virtual machine. But for now, I'm gonna leave it as default. Well, we can leave. Also, if we want to like define a public IP, we can click here on external IPv4 address. If we don't want this machine has a public IP, we can click none, or if we want to have a public IP, we can click ephemeral. And we can like define it as premium or standard. So I'm gonna leave it as standard for now, and I'm gonna click done. And after that, I'm gonna click next on observability. I don't want to install right now the ops agent for monitoring and logging, so I just check this option, and we can click next to see the security part. And this I'm gonna leave it as default also. We're not gonna manage for this right now, so I'm gonna leave it like this. And after that, we click advanced, and here also I'm not going to use a startup script, so I'm gonna leave it as that. And finally, we can click create. We need to wait like some seconds for this VM to finish create, so let's wait. So after the VM finishes its creation, we can connect this VM via SSH. So we can click here in SSH, and we're going to connect to this VM. We click here authorize. Again, we select our account. We're gonna put our password. Let's click continue. And finally, we are connected to our Linux virtual machine. And here, we can see our operating system, and yeah, we can like see the version. It's a Debian Linux 12 Linux virtual machine, and if we want to disconnect, we just need to click the close button. And yeah, if you ask how we can connect to this VM, it is because the default VPC has by default the port 22 available, so that's why we can connect to this VM right now. But like I said, we are going to see later a case when we can like custom the VPC of our virtual machine. If you want to delete the virtual machine, this is like that's easy. We can like just select the virtual machine and here on more actions and click here on delete, or also can click here more actions and here delete. I'm gonna delete it, and now the virtual machine is deleting. So yeah, that's how you can create a Google Cloud virtual machine from the Google Cloud Console. And if you like this kind of videos, you can like and subscribe. If you want to see more content like this or more content about tech, you can comment what kind of content do you like to see. We can see like also other clouds like Azure or AWS, and I will prepare the videos. So hope you're okay, and yeah, this is all for now.